It sure wasn't pretty, but the Sox got off to a good start in this 9-game homestand last night with a 5-4 ninth-inning win versus the Mets. With catastrophe averted, the Sox bring their home record to 17-14 and will look to improve on that tonight with Johnny Dykes in the series finale. We are coming to you from the city beautiful Chicago, Illinois, where tonight Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Alex Rios, Adam Dunn, Johnny Dykes and the Sox as they get set to butt heads with David Wright and the New York Mets. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrell. Since we get set to bring you the finale of this brief 2-game set, as you know, if you watched that game last night, if you read about it today, it could have been bad. It could have been catastrophic. It could have been the end of the season. It could have been the end of everything. But fortunately, Alexei Ramirez bailed us out.
He certainly did, and he certainly has offensively. Now, we talk about the defensive struggles of Alexei, but he hasn't taken it to bat with him. And lately, he's starting to swing the bat exceptionally well. As you can see, he's hitting .351 in his last 13 games, and no bigger hit than the one that he had last night. He took it right down the line against the Troy Hawkins. It made a winner out of the ball club, took a very difficult ninth inning and made it into a joyous one. And fortunately, the Sox came away with a win in the first of a long homestand.
Well, tonight, a couple of guys out there who have really been struggling.
Well, Johnny Dykes is not throwing the ball as well as he can, and I talked to Tyler Flowers about him, and he said the changeup is the key. He wants to get that solid, and he should be okay. He's 1-4, the ERA almost 5.5. On the other side of the field, Sean Markham is 0-9 this year, although lifetime 3-0 in 5 starts against our Sox. So this is a guy who also is a changeup pitcher. If he doesn't have his changeup, he's going to get hurt, and this year he's gotten hurt a lot.
And we've got a little change in our lineup. Brent Burrell is at third base, so sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. Through it all. AT&T Uverse. Visit att.com/freeyourtv. Rethink possible. And by Ford. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com.
Welcome back to beautiful U.S. Cellular Field. It's 72 degrees, overcast at game time, and let's look at how Terry Collins is going to line up his New York Mets. Eric Young with the great speed leading off, then Daniel Murphy, David Wright, Marlon Byrd, who had a good night last night, Josh Satin, John Buck, Andrew Brown, Juan Lagares, and Omar Quintanilla rounded out. The defense, and how they're going to line up behind Johnny Danks. Left to right, Viciedo, Diaz, and Rios. In the infield, Brent Morrell back for a couple of games with Ramirez, Beckham, and Dunn. Tyler Flowers gets a nod behind the plate, and our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Johnny Danks, looking for win number 2 in this his 7th start. As you can see, his control's been pretty good. Left-handers have hit him better than right-handers, and the changeup is going to be the key. The umpires for the game tonight. The crew chief, Tom Hallion, behind the plate. Phil Cuzzies at first. Chris Guccione is at second, and Ron Culpa is at third. So with Connor Gillespie on a paternity leave for anywhere from 1 to 3 days, Brent Morrell, who drove in 40 runs in 66 games at AAA, is going to play third base tonight. And we welcome him back. So after winning the first game of the abbreviated 2-game series, they're throwing the ball around the infield. We're ready to play baseball. I'm ready to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
Hi, Steve. Thank you very much. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. So happy you could join us for the finale of this brief 2-game set and the second of this 9-game homestand. We have 2 of these guys, 4 with Cleveland, finished off with 3 against Baltimore. So here's Young hitting at .258, a homer. He's driven in 11. He was 1 for 3 last night. Nats come in hitting at .229 as a club with a 4.02 ERA. They have a record of 30-43, 16-20 on the road, 14-23 at home. So Johnny's first pitch of the ball game is taken high and wide.
Young, a switch hitter. He will bunt from either side of the plate, and speed is his greatest asset.
There's the strike, says Tom Hallion. Lays off that change.
Now the appeal to Phil Cuzzi said that he actually went around, so Johnny Danks gets a break. We'll look at it from the side and went a little too far.
So the 1-2 pitch. Alexei just does get him. Lead back. Real close. So 1 out. And here at the ballpark, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gap, and 400 straightaway center. And here's Daniel Murphy, second baseman, hitting at .271, 5 homers and 32 knocked in. First ball hunting, and very quickly 2 out. Says the final meeting of the year, the 4th and final meeting of the year between these 2 teams, and the first 3 Sox have won 2 of them.
There's a look at Terry Collins, who's done a terrific job without a whole lot to work with, and he does not have a contract through this year, so that's been a little bit of a mini controversy. There's a lot of players that feel that Collins is good for a rebuilding team, and this Mets team is certainly that.
And here's the face of this franchise, David Wright. Takes it off the plate.
Got a chance to talk with David before the game today, and he said the toughest thing is laying off pitches when they're trying to pitch around him. And because there's not a whole lot of protection with Ike Davis in the minor leagues, Wright says you got to stay back. You have to take your walks.
Jams himself a little bit right there. So Alexei with a nice play and a 1-2-3 inning for Danks after having a play as a miss. Nothing. And our guys coming to bat.
Ramirez and Rios at the top with Dunn, Viciedo, and Keppinger in the middle. Morel, Beckham, and Flowers rounded out the defense, and now they'll line up behind Sean Markham. It's Young, Lagares, and Bird in the outfield with Wright, Quintanilla, Murphy, and Satin in the infield. John Buck behind the plate, and our Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Sean Markham. 0-9, yet the control has been good. He's only given up 5 home runs in 59 1/3, but left-handers have really hurt him. He's a guy that depends, a lot like John Danks, on that straight change. A 3-0 lifetime against our Sox.
And before we show you our picks to click you at home, select yours as Alejandro De Aza gets set to lead it off. So the 31-year-old right-hander Sean Markham, 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. As De Aza fakes the bunt, takes a strike. Excelsior Springs, Missouri, born in Kansas City. And at one time had just about as good a right-handed changeup as there was in the American League when he was with Toronto. One and one.
He surfaced in the big leagues in 2005 with the Blue Jays. Was 12-6 in 07. 13-8 in 2010, and then went to Milwaukee where he was 13-7 in 2011.
There's a rocket over by the camera well. And the count 1-2. Sox come in at 243 as a club with a 3.81 ERA. Sox 17-14 here at home, but on the road woes at 15-28. Lagares very short and center as he will be all night. And that's out number one.
Terry Collins talking about this outfield, the outfield that he currently employs before Lucas Duda comes back, and he said the speed is terrific. He said the ball game was actually as close as it was last night because of the speed of his outfield. Young, Lagares, and Bird all the way around. And they went and cut off would-be doubles, made some great catches in the case of Bird.
So here's Alexei. Big hit last night to bail us out. Two and 0 the count. Had him off balance. That one at 81.
Markham never was a hard thrower, but he's had substantial arm problems during the course of his career. And the Mets signed him as a free agent January of this year.
And there's a souvenir right side. So 2 and 2 with Alex Rios on deck.
Toronto traded him and got a pretty good player. Brett Lawrie, who was a #1 prospect at the time in the Milwaukee Brewer organization, going to the Blue Jays in exchange for Markham. So he commanded a hefty price when Toronto moved him.
2 down. And right now with 2 out, let's check out our Farmers Insurance picks to click. Jim Angio, our director of recruitment, went with Tank. He's going with Morrell and Julie Taylor. Roy Rivas, Don Esposito, and now we're going to go with Gordon Becker. Alex hitting at 280. 11 homers and 35 knocked in. Takes first pitch strike. There's a bullet hit. Markham. Dubious distinction of throwing the 600th career home run to Alex Rodriguez.
That's what he's done career-wise against our Sox with an ERA just under 2.5. So he's been very tough because of that changeup, which he'll throw any count.
The 1-2. And there it was. And he has a 1-2-3 inning with a couple of strikeouts, and after 1, no score. Fill us in a little bit on Paul Konerko.
Yeah, guys, obviously he's been out of the lineup these last 2 days, and the back has kind of jumped up on him here. Robin talked about it yesterday, said that this is something that kind of just came up out of nowhere, and it's something that Robin is kind of basically said that, hey, this is just kind of part of him getting older. The fact that he's played, he's 37 years old, and things like this are going to happen to him. Obviously, he missed a couple days with the neck there in Oakland earlier this month, and things like this are going to jump up and bite you when you played 2,200 games. And so he's going to kind of let him have the day off here today, and that should give him 4 days off this week and go from there.
Well, Paulie's swinging the bat pretty good. That's the thing that's a little unusual about having the sore back. Of course, he's dealt with pain his whole career. He's played with bad hands. His bird hits this one into center field, and that's a can of corn. So 1 out. But he certainly is no stranger to playing with pain.
Yeah, and that's one thing that Robin kind of talked about, was that sometimes, even though Paul might not like it, he has made a decision for him to say, we're going to give you these 2, because obviously with Monday off and tomorrow off, 4 days can go a long way, considering we're in end of June here. We've got more than half the schedule to go, and I think that he'll make a decision for him, although he said he's available. Obviously that could just be for maneuvering and letting the other manager know that he could come off the bench, but I think that they're kind of trying to manage him.
So here is Josh Satan. Yeah, a lot of times that is critical in the ball game, even if he just makes his presence known on the on-deck circle.
Yeah, absolutely. Get the guy up in the bullpen and have to go to a lefty and bring the righty in. Again, when you play 2,200 games, I can understand why these bumps and bruises happen. I mean, it's a lot of games when you think about it, and you're right, the lineup looks significantly different with him out there, because he's got 400 home runs. He commands a respect that other guys just don't have that track record.
There's a chopper foul off the bat of Josh Satan. Well, one thing about it, you're going to get a lot of bumps and bruises by just playing 140, 150 games. And when you stretch it out over a career like Paulie's had, that's what the reason I respected him, one of the reasons I respected him so much, was those 3 consecutive years he played with bad pain in his hand and his wrist.
Steve was mentioning earlier just how remarkable, when you think about this, how Cal Ripken's streak looks when you consider how long that was.
Well, I think that obviously at first thought it's a remarkable record, and then you realize that it's never going to be even close to be broken. I know they said that about Lou Gehrig in the other league. They used to say that about Billy Williams, but realistically, when you look at today's baseball, the Cal Ripken streak is one of the records, along with Cy Young's amount of victories, that probably will never be approached.
Big on. Nice changeup right there by Johnny Danks. All right, Dan Hayes, thank you very much for the info. Dan Hayes of csnchicago.com. Here's a catch of John Buck. John hitting at .214 with 12 long ones and 36 driven in.
He had 11 home runs so quickly this year that you forget that he's only hit 1 in the last 2 months. And that's been one of the problems for the Mets, is that Buck just stopped hitting. 1 home run, 4 driven in, and hitting way down in the order.
Two out, 1-1 to count. Buck has faced Danks 11 times, has 2 hits. And the count 1-2.
John's got the good changeup tonight. He's keeping it down. It's right around 81 as compared with his fastball, which has approached 90, around 89 most of the time.
.32-year-old veteran receiver. And the 2-2. There's a 91-mile-an-hour fastball.
What's a good sign when Johnny Danks continues to throw a bit harder in each successive outing? He was told when the surgery was done that it would take a year to get 100% healthy. That year is going to be up in August. But he's back out there every 5 days.
Got an off day tomorrow. Then Friday, doubleheader with the Indians. First game starting at 4. And regardless of how fast that game is, which it probably won't be real fast, the second game will not start before 7 o'clock. Outfield slightly to the right. And Danks getting it and throwing it, which is a good sign. That's down low. So a full count to Buck.
Andrew Brown in the on-deck circle if Buck can keep it alive. John wanting to keep his pitches to a minimum, but just as soon end it here.
He gone. That is 6 up, 6 down for Johnny Danks. Independence Week promotion will feature a tiered menu of ballpark food items for $1, $2, $3, and $4 on 100 and 500 levels. Tickets for this series start as low as $15 in the lower level and $7 in the upper level. Tickets, go to whitesox.com or 866-SOX-GAME.
That Baltimore team, a pretty good one. They come into action 2.5 games in back of Boston, tied with New York at 43 and 35. It's an entertaining team to watch under Buck Showalter. And those games should be good ones.
Well, you're going to have $1 hot dogs, $2 popcorn bucket, $2 popcorn megaphone, $3 Vienna beef hot dogs, $3 Polish sausage, $3 bratwurst, $3 Italian sausage, and on and on and on. So a lot of baseball and a lot of great prices for you with food items and tickets.
And the fireworks show on the 3rd is going to be extended to 18 minutes. Now, the usual fireworks show, which is terrific, is usually 12. So, July 3rd, the night game, is going to be a very exciting night. Not only do you get to eat cheaply, but you get to see an extended firework display.
And the 2-0 pitch, Adam done. 3-0. Viciato on deck. There's a strike.
Markham was originally a shortstop. Thought he would be a shortstop. But Toronto changed his mind.
Full count.
He's had Tommy John surgery and a whole lot of elbow problems over the course of his career.
And And there's the leadoff walk. Adam, who walked a couple of times last night, on first. And here's Viciedo. Tank 0 for 4 last evening. Comes in hitting at .231 with 5 homers and 22 driven in. The Mets 7-2 in interleague play this season. 4-0 against the Yankees. 2-0 against Minnesota. And 1-2 against our Sox. Ground ball, right with the pick, and rack him up.
Viciedo fell victim to what Sean Markham does so well, which is get you out on the front foot, get you off balance, and get you reaching. And he hit that one off the end of the bat and hit it to the wrong guy in the infield. His right is an excellent third baseman.
Keppinger hitting at .232, a homer. He's driven in 19. There's a strike. Our hitter's certainly going to have to gear it down.
We're not going to see much above 86, 87 on that fastball.
And if you missed that game last night, Chris Sale was just awesome. Just absolutely awesome. Once again, what new? 13 strikeouts. Full count to Keppinger. That ball hit into center field. That's a can of corn. So he walks the leadoff guy. The changeup got him a double play. And the fly ball after 2-0 score. There's only been one base runner. That was the leadoff walk to Adam Dunn in the second. The double play erased that. So here's Brown, then Lagares, and Quintanilla. Brown 1 for 4 with an opposite field homer last night. Bit of a gap out there in left center. Another swing and a miss.
And a couple of fastballs from Danks, one at 88, that one at 91.
And the 1-2 pitch. Could not chase it up there. That's fouled back.
Talk with Tyler Flowers about what they talk about in pregame meetings. They said, well, with Danks, I'm going to talk to him about the tendencies of the Mets team. He said, you look at a lot of tape and you realize that teams, like hitters, have tendencies. He said, these guys, for instance, will swing at a lot of fastballs up and out of the zone.
That change up off the end of the bat. Morel's got it.
Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite.
So there's Juan Lagares hitting at 225, 0 for 3 last night. Top of the 5th in Detroit. Tigers leading the Angels 3-2. Breaking ball. There's a bunt, foul. So the count 0-2.
Terry Collins, talking about Lagares before the game, said, look, he knows he's got an opportunity, but we have to gear him down somewhat. He said he's so excited about getting a chance and knowing that if he produces, he'll have that chance, that he's been struggling with the bat. There was one of those high fastballs, but that one was way out of the zone.
And that change up very high. So a full count. He gone. 2 down.
3 strikeouts, 8 in a row retired by Danks. The changeup has been a real good one tonight. And because of that 10-mile-an-hour disparity between his best fastball and that changeup, he's really mystified a lot of these Met hitters.
Quintanilla 0 for 3 last night. 31-year-old veteran infielder. Omar hitting at 262. A couple homers and 9 knocked in. Two 2-0 the count. First came up with the Rockies, they were talking about how this guy might have the best hands ever in the game. Airs a strike. We played him a few times in spring training, and boy, he did look outstanding. For another full count.
Young man ready to go just in case. Missing a few teeth. Looks like a hockey player.
That's into left field, and that's a can of corn. So that is 9 up, 9 down for Danks. Still no score. In-game live only on CSNChicago.com, brought to you by Comcast Business Class. Morrell, Beckham, and Flowers here in our half of the third inning. Only one base runner. That was by Dunn. Leadoff walk last inning. So here's Brent. He was hitting .285 homers, 40 knocked in down at Charlotte. Big gap out there in left center. And he takes first pitch at 85 for a strike. Oh, what a play by Wright. Wow. Nice play, 1 out.
We told you about the hands and the terrific play of David Wright at third base. Here he tries to make his own hop. He charges this ball and then has plenty of time. Got to have pretty good hands to make a play like that, and a strong enough arm to make the off-balance throw.
Now here's Beckham. Takes first pitch strike. He was 1 for 3 last night. Gordon hitting at .308.
Gordon's been swinging the bat very well. And that doesn't show how many times he's hit the ball on the button with nothing to show for it.
That ball is drilled down into the left field corner. So you can cancel the post-game show. That's the 7th two-bagger. First hit of the ball game.
He waits back on this changeup, and it's right down the middle, driving it well away from Eric Young.
So Julie Taylor, Roy Rivas, and Don Esposito's picked to click at second base. And here's Flowers. Got 1 for 3 last night, and it was a home run.
That's Tyler what it was, and he said he got a hanging slider. It didn't do much, and I didn't think that I got it all. But all I was yelling as I went down to first base was, "Get up," because he thought it was going off the wall.
Just underneath that one. High pop up right side. Now Bird taking charge as he should.
Tomorrow night, relive the game that brought the Cup back to Chicago as CSN replays Game 6 of the Stanley Cup Final. Watch every moment from puck drop to on-ice celebrations. Don't miss the Blackhawks Bruins Game 6 replay tomorrow night at 7 on Comcast Sportsnet.
What a season. What a season from the very start to the very end.
And walking around downtown these last few days, it's astonishing how much Blackhawk memorabilia people have sought out. They're wearing, they're proud. Nice sight to see.
First pitch strike to Diaz, who grounded out. To Josh Satin at first base. And for some of our older fans who remember a right-handed pitcher with the Baltimore Orioles, among others, but primarily with Baltimore in the American League, Stu Miller had a great changeup. There's the strike. And he had a very unusual head action. We used to call it, he throws his head at you first with a quick move. And Sean Markham's got just a little bitty bit of that. Not anywhere near to the degree that Stu Miller had it, but a little bit of it. A little sort of a head fake. Hadn't done it from the stretch so far. Count 2-2.
Diaz has been absolutely outstanding with runners in scoring position. That's how he looks out at Gordon Beckham. Bird's got a very good arm in right field. Young Lagares just okay.
One hopper. Daniel Murphy got him, and the double by Beckham goes for naught.
From Taco Bell, Live Mas.
Top of the order here in the top of the fourth for the Metropolitans. Eric Young, Daniel Murphy, and David Wright. Young grounded out to short, leading off the ball game. Takes the fastball high and wide. There's a strike. Gap out there in left center. Morrell at the cut of the grass at third. Danks with that nice changeup. Could not pick it up in the count 1-2.
Last night,
Brent will back up.
Last night, Chris Sale was able to throw some change-ups and get him by Young, and it doesn't look like he's adapting any better to the Danks change-up.
Good on that one. Pokes it into center field for the base hit. So there's their first hit.
This ball is way off the plate, and somehow Eric Young was able to go out and get it. John probably wanted that one a bit lower than he got it. And they've got their best speed burner on base to lead it off here in the fourth.
Here's Murphy. He grounded out to Beckham. Takes first pitch strike. Murphy 20 doubles and 1 triple to go along with 5 homers and 32 RBIs this year.
Murphy's really hit a speed bump in June. He's hitting just 193 coming in. There you look at the season totals of Eric Young. That includes his stint with Colorado.
Pretty good lead. Long look down at little Timmy Tuffle. Coach at third. Tom Goodwin, the coach at first. Can't get that one in the count 1-2.
There's a look at Tim, major league infielder for a long time. Tom Goodwin, major league outfielder for a while.
And that's low. So count 2-2. We mentioned the off day tomorrow. Our golfer down out at Harborside. The White Sox charities. A doubleheader with Cleveland on Friday, starting at 4 o'clock if you're just tuning in. They're going to go get the speed.
Toughest of all double plays is the 3-6-1 because of the coordination with the pitcher having to go over there, locate the ball from the shortstop, and get to the bag. And Alexei couldn't really rifle it across because John had to get over there. So you see the soft toss, but a little late.
That'll bring up David Wright. David had a 2-0 count and jammed himself, hit a ground ball to Alexei to end the first inning. Breaking ball misses. 1-0.
David Wright has been red hot. And this is the biggest bat in their lineup. And for whatever reason, Ike Davis, who hit 32 home runs last year, just stopped hitting. So they sent him down to AAA, where he's hitting very well in Las Vegas. And odds are overwhelming that within the next probably 4 or 5 days, he's going to be back.
That ball has popped up softly. Beckham. And let's check out our AT&T. Well, you can send your comments on tonight's game through Twitter using hashtag White Sox Talk, and we'll read one back later in the game, and it just might be yours. So here's Bird. He went out to Diaz in center field. Can't get it.
Marlon played a good right field last night. I asked him about the right field here, and he said it's not near as difficult as it is in Citi Field in New York. He said for whatever reason the wind there is very difficult to gauge. He said sometimes it carries, a lot of times it doesn't. Sometimes it'll knock it down, sometimes it sails. He said that's been the toughest right field for him.
Ground ball left side. Morel up with it. Over to Beckham. They force Murphy, and that'll retire the side. They come up with their first hit. They strand one. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still no score.
As the White Sox face the Indians. Game 1 coverage kicks off at 3:30, followed by the second matchup at 7 o'clock. Don't miss White Sox Indians beginning Friday at 3:30 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Alexei Ramirez, Alex Rios, Adam Dunn here in the bottom of the fourth. Totals on the board identical at 0-1-0.
Pitchers for the doubleheader to be announced on both sides of the equation. Same as, well, the Indians feel the same way. They just don't know yet who's going to be ready to go. That young lady certainly thinks Paul's jersey is awfully nice.
Takes a breaking ball downstairs. Alexei struck out his first trip. Angels have taken a 4-3 lead over the Tigers. The Angels have beaten Detroit 7 straight games. There's a strike. Late call.
talked about it in pregame show. Alexi Ramirez, who's had some defensive struggles, has not taken it to bat with him. Hitting .351 over the last couple of weeks.
Tigers, who lost last night to the Halos 14-8. Angels 8 runs in the 5th inning. Tigers committed 6 errors in that ball game. And there's a line drive. So the leadoff man aboard.
He got to the count where Markham had to throw a fastball. And because his fastball is 85, 86, topping out at 87, if he's in a fastball situation, he very much falls prey to the hitter. That's our best base stealer on, and last night our ball club ran wild against John Buck.
Here's Alex. He struck out on a changeup. Like I say, just a decent lead. And there's ball 1. Sox 45 stolen bases in 62 attempts. Mets 35 stolen bases in 51 attempts. Well, we will have our off day tomorrow. The Mets are going to leave after the game and fly out to Denver. For a makeup game with the Rockies.
Mets have had 6 games either rained or snowed out this year. That is very difficult on a pitching staff.
Markham a decent move to first. There he goes. That ball hit hard. Stretch. Lagares back. And makes the catch for out number 1.
Well, despite the fact that Juan Lagares plays a very shallow center field by Major League standards, he's fast enough to go back and get it. That ball, good 15 feet short of the track, but he got back there in a hurry. Lexi was going. He had a good jump, and so did Lagares. Now wisely looking up, he can hear the contact. He looks up, locates the ball, and then gets back to first.
So here's Adam. Adam walked to lead off the second. And the Sox had a couple of guys named to the Futures game rosters. Andre Rienzo, good-looking Brazilian right-hander, and Josh Fegley. He's having a terrific season down in Charlotte. There he goes. He's safe. Number 18.
That time he got a very good jump. And Markham wasn't looking at him. He takes off before Markham even throws a ball, and John Buck made it a whole lot closer than it should have been. David Wright has to take the throw because of the shift, and then John Buck has to hustle to third base. So in the shift, there was nobody at third. Buck hustled down there. Good play by him.
Now pick him up. And there's the strike. The ball is striking out here in the bottom of the fourth in a scoreless tie if you're just tuning in.
We got a couple guys swinging the bat well. One of them's out at second base. The other, Adam Dunn, has 15 games. 7 homers, 17 driven in. Becomes more interesting because the Yankees got some bad news. Mark Teixeira likely lost for the season. They recommended surgery on his wrist. The Yankees have a whole lot of money, as you probably are aware of, and they're going to need a first baseman.
Three and one. Got some finals around baseball. Boston beat the Rockies 5-3 at Fenway. Pittsburgh, they're rolling. They're 48-30, 18 games over. They beat Seattle 4-2 at a Safeco. Oakland shuts out Cincinnati at the Coliseum 5-0. Griffin over Bailey. Checks it up, and there is ball 4. That's the 4th walk in the last 2 games. But done. R.A. Dickey shuts out Tampa Bay 3-0. Blue Jays now 39-38. As here is Tank. Got a change up out in front off the end of the bat. Hit a little grounder to a 5-4-3 double play. And this afternoon, the Marlins beat the Twins 5-3 down in Miami. Sloy over Diamond. Kansas City shutting out Atlanta 3-0. That game in the bottom of the 4th at Kauffman Stadium. Nice block by Buck. Kept it in the vicinity.
That ball bounces up, angles the body forward so it trickles out in front of him. The key is to keep the elbows in so that you make a much bigger target for the ball to hit.
And Tank with a 2-0 count. That ball hit hard, but Garza is there. Alexei will tag. Moving to third, so 2 out runners at the corners. That's a hang Wolfman for Viciato. That'll bring up Keppinger. He went out to center field his first trip. First pitch strike.
Here's our AT&T UVerse multi-view. You got the base runners at the corners. Jeff Keppinger trying to drive in, at the very least, the first run of the ball game. Only been 3 hits combined between the 2 clubs.
And there's a little soft fly ball into left, which will retire the side. We'll go to the 5th, still no score. Orioles, fun club to watch. Enjoy great food at great prices, including $1 hot dogs. On July 3rd, enjoy an extended post-game fireworks show presented by First Merit Bank. And on July 4th, the first 1,800 fans reporting to Gate 1 will have the opportunity to parade around the warning track during pregame ceremonies. So show your patriotism and wear red, white, and blue. Tickets start as low as $7. Visit whitesox.com for tickets. $1 hot dogs. 1-0 the count to Josh Satin. Struck out on a changeup. 1-1 the count.
Satin knows he's getting a limited opportunity because of Ike Davis going to the minor leagues. He's made the most of it with an on-base percentage in the 420s.
Good pitch, didn't get it. Ball was hammered hard. Meanwhile, the count 2-2. Orioles, as we speak, trailing Cleveland 2-0, bottom of the fifth at Camden Yards.
Last night it was Satin who hit that vicious one hopper that knocked Alexei Ramirez on his backside. You feel one hit that hard. It's fortunate, and he was able to quickly get up and make the play easily at first.
Full count to the leadoff man here in the top of the fifth inning. Payoff pitch.
Friday, the Blackhawks are Stanley Cup champs. Celebrate with CSN as we bring you live coverage from the parade and rally presented by your Chevy dealers. CSN will be on board the bus with Stanley and reporting live from all the action. If you can't be there in person, we'll make you feel like you are. Coverage begins Friday at 9 on Comcast Sportsnet and streams live on csnchicago.com.
Big hack by Buck, who struck out, called out on a 3-2 pitch. Another one.
Buck's grounded into 6 double plays, and as you would expect from a very big catcher, if he hits the ball on the ground, it's going to be 2. Satin has yet to attempt a stolen base.
One and 2 the count.
Pretty good lead at first by Josh Satin. That's why Johnny keeps going over there.
High and wide with a fastball. Just got a piece of it. Well, we have a moment on the sound of a big White Sox hello to Michael Gleason. Michael in Duluth, Minnesota. Huge Sox fan. And we're thinking about you, Michael. Another good lead by Satin. Don't get careless. Just tuning in. Leadoff man aboard here in the top of the fifth. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Mets. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for our Sox. Against a couple of guys who have been struggling. Markham and Danks. He gone. 1 out.
He goes to the high fastball after setting him up with a changeup, and he throws it right by Buck.
So here's Brown. Andrew grounded out to Brent Morrell. Yes, for those of you who are just joining us, Brent Morrell at third base. First game in the big leagues since May of last year. Talked to him before the game. He said his back feels terrific. Had that batting average coming up down at Charlotte. Started off real slow. He's hitting .280, 5 homers, 40 knocked in. And there's the base hit. So there's the throw. And now Brown goes into second.
Well, I know Viciedo thought he was going to get him. But when you don't hit the cutoff man and the base runner can read the arc of the throw, the trailer is going to take you out of a double play situation. This is a changeup away. Good pitch. Brown did a nice job. And this throw is too high. They don't get him at third. And the trailer, Brown, goes into second.
So here's Juan Lagares, struck out his first trip. Oh, 1-1 to count. Outfield straight up. Bit of a gap out there in left center. Well, even with the bag and off the line now, backs up a few steps. He had a good pitch to hit right there. Couldn't do anything with it. So the count 0-2.
This one's in the zone. It's a curveball, one of the few that John has thrown tonight. It's probably why Lagares fouled it back. He hasn't seen it.
And that changeup just chops it down and hooks it foul. Trouble a brewing here in the top of the fifth inning. Ducks on the pond, 1 out.
Tried to heat him up inside. Maybe catch him looking away for that straight change, but he misses with it. Infield back, they're going to concede the run, try to stay out of the big inning.
Lexi lets that one playing, and that's going to score 1, maybe 2. Now mix up right there, so it's a 2-0.
Well, Lexi played that ball off to the side instead of getting in front of it. And then the Mets take advantage of another misplay. He plays it off to the side. It goes E6. It's 1 batted in. Got to get in front of that ball. So a 2-0 game.
And here's Quintanilla. Boy, for a team who led the major leagues last year in defense and set an all-time franchise record for defense, we have put a 180 on. We have been horrible, absolutely horrible defensively. Alexei with 12 errors all of last season now has 13. One. That's foul.
Tyler thought he might have had a chance as this ball is bunted off the plate. But it spins back in foul territory, and Tom Hallion, whose call it is sitting there taking a look at the angle. It's not where Flowers is, it's where the ball is, and that ball is clearly foul.
Oh, and 2 the count. Our 55th error. Gordon throws him out. 2 down.
If this were just physical errors, you could almost live with that because physical errors are going to happen. But it's errors in judgment, it's mental errors, it's lack of preparation, and it's not understanding what to do in certain situations that have plagued this team. And when you play a lot of close games and you're giving up 90 feet at a time, there's a very good chance you're going to come in second a lot.
So here's Eric Young. And it's a 3-0 game.
Well, because Morel had to play in thinking about the bunt, he didn't have much of an angle. That ball hit off the glove. It will most likely go as a base hit and a run batted in. See, he's in at the cut of the grass, and as he moves to his left, that ball hits just off the tip of the glove, deflects away from Ramirez. Nope, they give him E5. They're going to give him a base hit, and it was a base hit.
And 1 the count. Murphy has grounded to second and hit into a 3-6 fielder's choice. And there's a little shank. Now Young will head on into third. First rule in baseball is you got to catch the baseball. If you can't catch the baseball, you're going to lose. And that's what we're doing. We're losing because we can't catch the baseball.
Don Cooper going out to talk with Johnny Deggs to get him to concentrate. It's been a very bad inning defensively. And he just wants him to get this out against their best hitter and turn it over to the offense and see if they can do something with 0-9 Sean Markham.
So Wright is grounded to short and popped up to second. There's a little jam job. 3 runs across the plate. 1 is earned. 2 unearned. 2 gift runs. They lead at 3-0. Two of them unearned, and it'll be Morrell, Beckham, and Flowers, the lower third of our order here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First pitch strike. Morrell 0 for 1, went out to right at third.
Well, a few curveballs that Markham has thrown. As you know, after the Mets leave and after the off day tomorrow, the Indians are coming to town. Good news for the Indians, not so good news for the teams playing him, as Drupal Cabrera has been activated off their disabled list, and the very talented shortstop is now back after missing 3 weeks. And that will help the Tribe, who's winning 2-0 against the Orioles tonight.
And there's a base hit. Waited on it. Was able to poke it right back through the middle. So the leadoff man aboard.
Just the 3rd hit of the night, but a promising way to start this 5th inning.
Here's Beckham. He doubled on a changeup down into the left field corner. Picked up his 7th two-bagger. And there's a rack him up. No, throw is off, but he gets him. So rack him up, 2 down.
Terrific play by Murphy. Quintanilla decided to flip it. Murphy had to barehand it. And a good tag on the other end by Satin. He's got it here, but the flip is off the mark. Tags it with the other foot. And then the tag on the leg is motioned by Phil Cousin.
Here's Flowers. Last year in 162 games, we gave up 30 unearned runs, which by far was the least amount allowed by any team in the major leagues. This is our 75th game this year, and we have given up 34 unearned runs. Checks it up. He did not go. Bottom of the 7th in Detroit, 7-3 Angels, trying to make it 8 in a row over the Tigers. Takes it right there at 85. Cubs leading the Brewers 5-2, bottom of the 4th at Miller Park.
That ball was off the plate. Tyler started to first base, but Tom Hallion gave Markham the benefit of the call. Markham has walked a pair tonight. They both gone to Adam Dunn as he seemingly tried to pitch around him, not giving him anything to hit.
Backhanded, the jump throw, gets a lot on it and gets it. Beautiful play by Quintanilla. And that'll retire the side. We go to the 6th, trailing 3-0. players use. Visit grinds.com today. That's grinds.com. Grinds coffee pouches. Top of the 6th. Bird, Satin, and Buck. First 3. Bird has gone out to center and hit into a 5-4 fielder's choice.
White Sox and Blackhawks. Good combination.
Takes that change up down low. And a curveball. Gets a piece of it.
Chicago White Sox are offering specially priced $15 tickets to fans who are wearing Chicago Blackhawks apparel at Friday's doubleheader against the Cleveland Indians. So you can certainly celebrate the Stanley Cup and see a doubleheader for $15.
And that hit him. So the leadoff man aboard. That's the 3rd guy that Johnny has hit this year. And that'll bring up Josh Satin. Strikeout. And a hard single. And runs scored. That was last inning.
John Cooper has apparently made a call to the pen. And it's going to start to stir for the first time tonight. Banks is at the 90 pitch mark.
There's a curveball strike.
That's what the numbers look like so far. No walks. Only 1 earned run out of the 3. It's Nate Jones throwing in the pen.
Oh, 0-2 the count to Josh Satin. He gone. 1 out.
Fifth strikeout. He goes up and out of the zone. And a lot of these Mets will go up there and expand their zones.
Here's Buck 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Fist that one off to the right. Three runs, 5 hits, no errors for them. No runs, 3 hits, and a huge 1 error for us.
Threw that changeup, didn't get it near where he wanted to, but Buck went after it. So just like last time, he can throw that face-high fastball and throw it by him. Buck's been a strikeout victim twice, once looking, and here comes the high heat.
Yes, he did. No, he didn't.
Jay, that swing from the side. Bill Cuzzy says no.
That changeup going low and away. Full count.
Now you might get an opportunity to strike him out, throw him out. Oh, that would be a gamble on the part of Terry Collins, as Buck does strike out a lot.
There he goes, and there he goes. And that'll retire the side. We go to the bottom of the sixth. We trail it by 3. Prevention in players and fans' daily activities. So visit Athletico.com blog for injury prevention tips. Athletico Physical Therapy, the official physical therapy provider of our White Sox. Athletico, better for everybody. We got to get something going. It is 3-0 bad guys here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Johnny Danks has pitched well. Had some just awful defense behind him. Here's Diaza. Grounded to first, and he's grounded to second. Takes a strike. Sean Markham 0-9 with a 5.76 ERA coming into this game. We have turned some hitters and some pitchers seasons around from negative to positive this year. Gaza now 2 for 5 in the seventh. 2 for 7 in the series. And the count 2-1 to Alejandro.
There you look at some pretty good numbers for Sean Markham so far, considering the year he's had to this point, but lifetime 3-0 against our Sox, and showing tonight why. That good straight change has worked wonders.
Don't help him out. 3-1 to count. Softly hit. So 1 out. And Friday, July 26th, come see our Sox take on Kansas City at 7:10. All fans are invited to stay for a post-game fireworks show presented by Palmer House Hilton. Palmer House Hilton, the official Sox Fest hotel of our White Sox. Purchase tickets today by visiting whitesox.com or 866-SOX-GAME.
Scott Kazmir has a no-hitter into the bottom of the 7th inning against Baltimore in Baltimore.
First pitch curveball, strike to Alexei. He is struck out, singled. He's 1 for 2. One and one. And ball hit hard. So a 1-out single.
Second hit for Ramirez. That's a fastball right down the middle. And at 86, you're not going to get away with it there.
Here's Alex. He's 0 for 2. A strikeout and a flyout. On that Friday parade for the Blackhawks, tickets are available only here at US Cellular Field ticket windows. It can only be purchased on Friday, and fans interested in attending the Blackhawks celebratory parade and rally before returning for the games here at US Cellular Field. That'll be a doubleheader starting at 4 o'clock against Cleveland. There he goes. There's a throw, and he's gone. 2 down.
That was a perfect throw by Buck. By far the best throw of the series. So Ramirez, who stole a base in the 4th, gets gunned down here in the 6th. Straight steal. He never looked back, and the throw is waiting for him.
They'll want to know the count to Alex, but fans interested in that parade can park in one of our lots here for $20 and take the CTA downtown for the festivities. Lot A will open at 6 a.m. and is accessible from Wentworth Avenue between 33rd and 35th Streets. Right? Playing that hop perfectly. Playing it absolutely perfectly. He can throw some leather. He can throw some lumber. He's a good player. Meanwhile, we trail 3-0. StubHub Fan Rewards, so you can earn a little extra with your tickets like seat upgrades. So head to StubHub and get your White Sox tickets today. Orioles had scored a run. It is 2-1 Cleveland, bottom of the 7th in Baltimore.
Manny Machado that broke up that no-hitter. He doubled the lead off the inning.
It'll be Brown, Lagares, and Quintanilla, lower third of the Met order. 1-1 the count. Top of the 9th in Detroit, 7-4 Angels. Well, right over the top, 1 out. So here's Lagares. He struck out. That was in the 3rd, then in the 5th. Hit a ball hard to Alexei. That Alexei let the ball play him for an error. They went on to score 3 runs, only 1 earned. And there's a line shot back to the middle.
One of the few curveballs that John has thrown, and that one was a hanger.
So the 6th hit for the Mets, and it was Quintanilla who was going out to left and grounded to second. Good throw. Bad throw by Alexei, but they get him. And they'll retire the side. 7th inning stretch. We trail it 3-0.
Juan Lagares goes in at second base, and he got a piece of Ramirez. When Alexei came off, could very well be that he got his shin with his cleat, because Alexei was being looked at by Herm Schneider. I think it's a left shin. And Laguerre's caught him with the cleat, I believe.
Here's Adam Dunn. 3-6-0 for them, 0-4 and a huge one for us. Dunn's been in a play twice and walked twice. Tank on deck and Kepinger in the hole. One and one to count.
Markham's averaged a little over 5 innings per start, so I'd be surprised if Terry Collins was terribly patient with him, as he's thrown a gem here tonight. 4-hit shutout so far.
Little pop up. And one out. Sox fans, White Sox Charities will host the Field of Greens presented by Miller Lite tomorrow. That's tomorrow at Harborside International Golf Course. You and White Sox celebrities can golf together in order to benefit local pediatric cancer programs. So to attend, visit whitesoxcharities.org. That is tomorrow at Harborside International. Terry O'Neill and all the good folks out there. The tank is 0 for 2. Get into a 5-4-3 double play and a hard line drive to center. And the count 1-1. Two balls, two strikes. And there's a little pop up. Murphy. Two down. 18,249 paid tonight. That ball hit hard. Good speed and left. He's there, makes a catch. That didn't take long. And we're into the 8th, trailing 3-0. Also, don't forget about that July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th series against Baltimore. Dollar hot dogs on the 3rd, an extended fireworks show. As that ball is smoked by Eric Young. That's his 3rd hit of the ball game, and the leadoff man aboard. .370 for them, 0-4-1 for us. And here's Murphy. He's 1 for 3.
Young hasn't run yet, but you would think in this situation with the Mets certainly wanting an insurance run, Johnny Danks had best hold them close.
In that Baltimore series on the 2nd, upper level price as low as $7. Outfield reserve bleachers $15. And for the whole series, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, dollar hot dogs, $2 popcorn bucket, $2 popcorn megaphone, and so forth and so on, all the way up and down the line. A parade on the 4th. The first 1,800 fans providing participants with many U.S. flags. So a lot of good deals coming your way, and hopefully some good baseball. Outfield around to the left. He does foul back.
Right now at 107. It's the most pitches that John has thrown in any start this year. And with that in mind, the bullpen up and going once again. By and large, John's done a pretty good job tonight.
Well, if you had any defense, it'd be a 1-0 game, or maybe even a 0-0 game at this point. Outfield shading to the left, as I mentioned. Murphy gets jammed right there, flares it over our dugout.
That time Eric Young was actually moving back toward first base as Johnny delivered the ball, so he hasn't read him very well yet.
Young 9 for 13 on stolen bases. He gone. He knew it. 1 out.
Seventh strikeout. He just gets outguessed. This is a fastball pretty much down the middle, and that is going to be it for Johnny Danks. He will end the evening with 109 pitches as Robin comes out.
So a terrific effort by Danks. A terrific effort. 7 1/3. As I said, he could be walking out right now with a 0-0 ball game. He departs, and we'll be back. At U.S. Cellular Field, you can interact with White Sox trainers, run the bases at the wiffle ball diamond, and test your swing at the batting cages. Catch all the action with Xfinity. Your home for the most live sports. Call 1-800-XFINITY to learn more.
It's our Honda call to the pen, and it is Nate Jones. Jones at 3-4, ERA 4.82, on for the 31st time. 38 strikeouts in 37 1/3. He inherits good speed aboard. And with a right-hander now in the game, figure Young's going to be going.
Right. Looking for it. Got it at 99.
Johnny Danks pitched very well to David Wright. Kept him in the infield all night. 7 hits, 7 strikeouts, no walks.
One to count. And the Angels have defeated the Tigers 7-4. Mike Trout with a 2-run homer, another RBI. And there's a good strike. That one at 98.
Wright hasn't seen that slider. It'd be a good time to bury one low and away.
All right, take your time and rack them up. And Nate comes in, gets it done. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. We need 3 to tie. For free and receive the White Sox Wire email newsletter along with exclusive ticket offers, video sneak peeks, breaking news alerts, and more. Visit whitesox.com/blacklist to register today. Brent Morrell, 1 for 2, will start it off for us here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 3 runs for them. Only 1 earned. So as we speak, Sox 9 games back of Detroit. And one of the quirks of the schedule. We have 19 games left against those guys. 19 games left. So if we can sort of turn this thing around just a little bit and play some decent defense. Doesn't have to be great, just decent, as there's a one hopper down to David Wright. And that's out number one. You never know what can happen in this game. 19 games left against Detroit. And that'll bring up Beckham. Beckham is doubled and hit into a 6-4-3 double play.
Then now for the Avis super slow replay, and it is the aforementioned double play. Good play by Murphy as he bare hands, throws in the same motion. And then the tag by Satin on the other end. Gets Gordon for the double play.
And he takes strike one. Flowers on deck. Nothing into the count. Outfield, straight up, spread out. And fights that one. Off to the right.
Bullpen up and going. Rice and Lyon.
Bring him on.
The left-hander. Lyon the right-hander.
Ball hit into right center field. 2 down.
Rice spent 14 years trying to get to the big leagues. His first major league game on opening day of this year. 14 years after being drafted by the Orioles. So he's a study in persistence.
Flowers can't get it. He has popped up to right and grounded out to short. And that's off the end of the bat. And that didn't take long. 7 in a row retired by Markham. We'll go to the 9th. Bad shape.
play that wasn't made that looms large in this one. Juan Lagares up. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Alexi doesn't get in front of it, plays it off to the side, charged with an error. 2 unearned runs, 3 total in the inning, and that's the difference in this one in a 3-0 game.
It'll be Bird, Satin, and Buck, scheduled hitters. And we mentioned Pirates beating the Mariners 4-2. Pirates and them on 6 straight games for the first time since 2008. And as I mentioned, they are 18 games over at 48-30. Can't get it. Marlins 0 for 2, a fly to center. 5-4 fielder's choice, and he was hit by a pitch. That Boston 5-3 victory over Colorado. John Lackey, 12 strikeouts. And the count 0-2. Off the end of the bat. Gordon's got it. Nice pay. Nice pay.
Terrific play by Gordon Beckham, ranging to his left. And then he has to do a 360 spin and get it there. A step and a half ahead of Marlon Byrd.
Here's Josh Satin. 2 strikeouts, 1 single. He started off that 3-run 5th. With a base hit, can't get it. Baltimore's tied up Cleveland at 2, hitting in the bottom of the 8th inning. No chance. Josh, another one. Grab some bench. One and 2 the count. Two and 2. Baltimore's taking a 3-2 lead over Cleveland. And we got them July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Make your plans to be with us. $1 hot dogs and plenty of fireworks. Had him 0-2. It is now 3-2. Kansas City tied with Atlanta 3-3, top of the 8th inning. Minnesota got beat by Miami 5-3. Softly hit.
Here's our Xfinity high-speed action replay, and it came in the 6th inning. John Buck to bat. He strikes out. Perfect throw by Tyler Flowers, and the strike him out, throw him out, double play.
Buck's got the hat trick. St. Louis was leading Houston 3-0. It is now 4-3 Astros. Top of the 8th inning at Minute Maid. the count very quickly, 0-2. Texas leading the Yankees 8-5, top of the ninth in the Bronx. One and two the count. If Texas hangs on and win, they will be in first place by percentage point. Two out, 2 balls, 2 strikes for our guys in the ninth. It'll be the top of the order. We got the right guys coming up. Diaz, Ramirez, Rios, Dunn. That one at 98 upstairs. He gone. That's 4. We go to the bottom of the ninth. We need 3 to tie. Available for iPhone, iPad, Android, and BlackBerry 10. At-Bat delivers White Sox baseball with live audio, pitch tracking, stats, breaking news, and video highlights. So download At-Bat now on the Apple App Store, Google Play, Kindle App Store, BlackBerry World, or text At-Bat to 31826.
It's going to be Bobby Parnell to come into the game. He is their closer. He saved 12 of them this year. 5-3 record. 2.53 ERA on for the 33rd time. He has yet to give up a home run. Walked only 8 while fanning 29 in 32 innings. He's a hard-throwing right-hander. Terry Collins would love to leave here with a split of 2-game series. Then board his charter and head to Denver, Colorado for an evening game before returning back to New York.
Alejandro is 0 for 3, a ground out to first, and 2 ground outs to second. All of them have been soft. As there is first pitch strike, that one at 94. Starter saw Alejandro. Takes that one down low. So for two starters who have been struggling, they both pitched terrific tonight. Markham. And there's a little two-hopper. And a big out. And Johnny Danks just joining us. Danks goes 7 1/3, giving up 3 runs, only 1 earned. And it could have been no runs with some decent defense. 7 strikeouts. Markham. No runs on 4 hits. Trying to run his career mark against us to 4-0 with that changeup of his.
This would be the first win of the year after going 0-9. And he has 1 complete game in his entire career and 159 starts. Now, he might have been able to complete this one, but Terry Collins thought he had had enough and went to his closer.
Mets have only had 1 complete game all year. That was from Dylan G. And the count 0-2 to Alexei. He gets a win. It'll be his first win since October 1st, 2012. Cleveland has tied up that game at 3, top of the 9th inning. 1 out, runners at the corners. Two and two. Speed had him out in front, fouls it off. Aguirre's once again shallow out there in center field. Yeah, man, it's fun to watch out there. That young man right there is fun to watch too, Chris Sale. 13 strikeouts last night.
He was brilliant last night, and but for a drop pop-up, he evens his mark. But he got a no decision for his great efforts.
Look at the play by Quintanilla. He has made 3 outstanding plays in this game.
This a one-hop rocket. He moves to his left and quickly gets rid of it. Just an outstanding effort. That ball was actually behind him when he made that catch.
So here's Alex. Alex is due. He's 0 for 3. He's faced Parnell 1 time and he is 0 for 1. Plans to come out to Harborside tomorrow for the White Sox field of greens. See your White Sox favorite players, past players, some celebrities out there. There's the strike. So 2 out. We're down to our last bullet. 1-2 the count. Fouls that one off to the right. Cleveland's taken a 4-3 lead over Baltimore. He can pick it. That guy is wow. And this ball game is over. So the series is split at a game apiece. The season series is split at 2 games apiece. And Johnny Danks pitched well tonight.
I thought John was terrific, just like Chris Sale last night. And Johnny Danks had that fastball up to 91. Didn't walk anybody, fan 7, but picks up the loss in this one to drop to 1-5.
So for the 7th time this year, we get shut out. And let's check out the man who is mainly responsible for it. Our GMC player of the game, it is Sean Markle. 31-year-old right-hander out of Kansas City. Now 1-9 on the season, our GMC player of the game. So for my partner Steve Stone, our director Jim Angier, our producer Mike Leary, our associate producer Dave Ross, for our technical manager Mark Harper, the executive producer Jim Corno Jr., also for the mayor, Angel Cruz, Tom Hoover, Frank D'Amato, Frank Leone, Doug Bullard. This is a Hawk. So long, everybody. Coming up next, the Orland Park Nissan postgame show with Chuck and Bill. You've been watching Chicago White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet.